parties do have an incredibly contentious relationship, and at this point, Ms. Campbell doesn't feel comfortable.
My son right now is terrified.
For the record, this matter is before the court for review of defendant father's parenting time. This hearing is being conducted via Zoom. President Attorney Michael Keeney representing plaintiff mother Sarah Perkins Campbell, who's also present, and James Wentworth is present on audio. Is that correct, Mr. Wentworth?
Yes, I can hear you. I just can't see. Now I can see you.
All right. For the record, Mr. Keeney, the court received a letter yesterday from Trust the Change, a counselor, a certified life and health coach, Crystal Ellison. The letter is not dated, but it does indicate that that Mr. Wentworth has been involved in counseling with this individual for a period of time, and indicates that Mr. Wentworth's immediate goal is to schedule a psychological evaluation, which has been arranged for July 26th. However, the psychiatry is unable to have the needed paperwork to the courts until a few weeks into the month of August. So Mr. Wentworth is moving in that direction to get the psychological evaluation that the court was looking for, and I believe that Ms. Perkins wanted, Ms. Campbell. Mr. Wentworth, what is the status of the anticipated psychological evaluation? When do you think you'll have that? Okay, we're losing Mr. Campbell. So the court's inclination is to adjourn this matter until sometime, maybe the third week in August. Mr. Keeney, so we have that information.
Your Honor, as today is my last day in the office, Mr. Goman will be taking over the case. I would request that we schedule this out sometime in September, so that way we can be sure not only that the court and our office has received all of the documents, because at this point we
Hello.
have.
Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes.
So it just kicked me out again. Now I can hear you again.
All right, Mr. Wentworth, I'm not sure what's happening. In any event, the court has received the letter that was dropped off to the court yesterday from Trust the Change, Crystal Ellison. Ms. Ellison advises in this letter that you have scheduled a psychological evaluation on July 26, 2024, but that the psychiatry is unable to it doesn't have the necessary paperwork. It won't be able to get paperwork to the courts until a few weeks into the month of August. Is that correct?
The testing was conducted on the 26th, and the doctor did say it could take up to 2 weeks to have that.
All right. So we need that. We need to, a copy needs to be sent to the court. We also send a copy to Mr. Keeney, his office. So the court is inclined to adjourn this matter till we get that. I'm pleased, Mr. Wentworth, that you're moving forward. We need to reestablish a relationship between you and your son. But the court's going to adjourn this matter, and I hate to put it until September, Mr. Keeney. How about maybe at the end of August?
Depending on
receive assistance, or is he going to be handling both his and your docket?
He's going to be handling both my docket and his docket. However, I was able to pare down my cases quite a bit. The last week of, I'm looking at his calendar now, Your Honor. The last week of August, it does look like there's some flexibility. He just
keep kicking me out. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Mr. Wentworth. We're coming up with a new date in late August. Okay.
I'm sorry. What was that?
We are coming up with a review date in late August. August 27, 20.
Well, is there any way, Your Honor? I know that you guys are requesting that the mental health evaluation be submitted, but is there just any way that I could get like a supervised visitation, anything at all? I haven't seen my son in 3 months. Neither has any of my family, and I've given everything that you've required of me. It just hasn't been submitted yet.
Okay, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's first of all get a review date. August 27th. Squeeze it in. Okay. How about August 21st? Yeah. Nothing available 27, 28. Yes, Miss. Hold on, Mr. Wentworth. You must have a weak internet connection. It's not on our end.
Hello.
Hey, Mr. Wentworth, the court's going to adjourn this matter to August 20th at 2 p.m. We'll mail out notice. We'll mail out an order. And hopefully we'll have that evaluation before then. So really reach out to that psychiatrist that we need the order book is a report before August 20th. Okay, in the meantime, Mr. Keeney, Ms. Campbell, what about some supervised parenting time? It's not an unreasonable request. It can be supervised by Ms. Campbell or maybe a paternal grandmother. Mr. Keeney and Ms. Campbell, what's your thoughts on that?
So, Your Honor, part of the psychological evaluation was to determine that Mr. Wentworth wasn't a danger to his son anymore.
Understand, this is supervised parenting time, Mr. Keeney, supervised
Understood.
parenting time.
Understood, Your Honor, but however, the child showed great signs of distress after the incident of May 19th, and we wanted to be assured that the minor child would not be further harmed by any communication. If supervised visits are going to be ordered, Your Honor, we would request that that happen through Catholic charities in Ann Arbor,
It's gonna take
Michigan.
months, Mr. Keeney. It's gonna take months. There's a waiting list. Ms. Campbell is not comfortable supervising maybe 1 hour at a park
No, Your Honor, and that's the
with their
reason.
son.
The reason being, Your Honor, is that the parties do have an incredibly contentious relationship, and at this point, Ms. Campbell doesn't feel comfortable with any of Mr. Wentworth's family being the supervisors. I can speak with Ms. Campbell to see if she knows of a family member or a friend that she would feel comfortable acting as supervisor, but at this time, Your Honor, we were unprepared to move forward with this line of action because we had still not received anything from Mr. Wentworth.
I understand. And the court, it seems like a positive report, and we'll have that sent to Mr. Goldman, a copy of this, this 3-page report, but it's from a life. It
Your
looks
Honor,
like
even if I could just get like from
hold on, Mr. Wentworth. We're trying to come up with a date.
Noon
I'm
on
really
Saturday.
backed up this morning.
PM on Saturday, and my grandfather and my father will be present, so there will be an adult in our company.
We would object again, Your Honor, for any of his family members
Talk to
acting
Ms.
as.
Campbell. Is there perhaps like an hour, maybe, or someone that this could supervise to make sure there's no inappropriate activity, maybe at a public park between now and August 20th, maybe just one contact. Do you want to talk with Ms. Campbell in a breakout room, or do you want to just ask her on the record?
Your Honor, I'd prefer to talk with her in a breakout room.
Okay, just hold on, Mr. Wentworth. Mr. Keeney's gonna talk to Ms. Campbell about suggesting someone that can perhaps supervise. If we can agree upon a supervisor, then we've lost Mr. Wentworth again. He's got to maybe phone in, but it'll put you in the breakout room.
I've never had this problem with Zoom before. It keeps kicking me out of the meeting.
Mr. Wentworth. Mr. Wentworth, who do you suggest could supervise?
Either my father or my grandfather. So I
We
live with
object
Are
to
those
both.
agreeable, Ms. Campbell?
They're both very capable people. They're stable. I don't see any reason why.
Mom's got to agree to a supervisor. Ms. Campbell, can you just indicate, are you opposed to the paternal grandfather or I think uncle supervising?
Yeah, that's who supervised him last time. I mean, she agreed to this.
Hold on, Mr. Wentworth. The court's asking Ms. Campbell.
Your Honor, my son right now is terrified.
I understand. So you're not comfortable with, there's got to be contact at some point in time with his father. He seems to be doing better. I got a positive letter here from his counselor that he seems to be focused. He's obviously got, he followed up with the mental evaluation, so he seems moving in the right direction. But again, if he saw his son in a park, a public area for 1 hour between now and August 20th, you don't think the grandfather can protect the child, protect Colton?
I do not believe so.
Okay, who would you recommend?
If I had to recommend anybody,
How about my father?
Hold on, Mr. Wentworth.
with complete honesty, I'm not exactly sure with my family members. Everybody is still working. The incident
Talking about a Saturday, 1 hour on a Saturday. It doesn't have to be Sunday, unless they work every Saturday and Sunday.
They do not, but these next couple weeks that are coming up, there is
Right, so you're opposed to any supervised parenting time, is that correct?
I am right now, to be completely honest, on safety and with how he is right now being traumatized with everything. It still gets brought up and has night terrors.
All right, Mr. Wentworth, at this point in time, we will talk about this, but obviously we don't have any agreement as to who can supervise the parenting time. So we need that psychological evaluation before we can move forward. So at this point in time, the court will not grant any supervised parenting time. We're simply going to adjourn this matter to August 20th at 2 p.m.
Thank you.
Let's get that evaluation. So follow up with that psychiatrist, okay?
It's already been done. It just needs to be mailed to you. It should be any day.
The written report, Mr. Wentworth. So that's going to conclude this hearing.
Okay.
I'm sorry I'm backed up, and I'm sorry to keep you waiting and everyone waiting so long this morning. We'll see you on August 20th at 2 p.m. Don't lose faith, Mr. Wentworth. We're going to move in that direction.
Thanks for everything. I mean, it's been 3 months, but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Mr. Keeney, best luck to you. Now, you can always zoom in from New Mexico.
I appreciate that, Your Honor. I may just
We're
observe
going to continue
from
to
New
Zoom just for
Mexico.
you, Mr. Keeney, so that you can, you got electronic files, you can do it. But anyways, best of luck to you.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. It's been a pleasure working with you in the court.
My client admits that he used alcohol and marijuana alongside mom. He rarely used if she wasn't. They used together.